Booster Set 13, Catastrophic Outbreak, includes further support for Link Joker, Dimension Police, Nova Grappler, Nubatama, Aquaforce, Angel Feather, Great Nature, and Grand Blue clans, many of which are getting a new reverse unit, while also introducing more cross-ride and break-ride units. This box happens to include one of 6 promos of a Link Joker card, as Strike Star Vader, Krypton, Unrivaled Star Vader, Radon, Mana Shark Star Vader, Neon, Hollow Twin Blades, Binary Star, Furious Claw Star Vader, Neobim, or Opener of Dark Gates. In this series, both me and my friend Twinky will be opening products from the Cardfight Vanguard franchise in order of original release date. We will build a deck and play a best 2 out of 3, with the winner receiving a small prize and the loser receiving a pity pack, letting us upgrade our decks. However, in each new deck, we will be opening boxes from the next product that was released in chronological order, before dueling each other at the end of each episode. This is the Cardfight Progression series. Alright, welcome to Catastrophic Outbreak. Fun fact about this, it's the first set ever I went to the pre-release of, so I actually got Blue Wave Tetra Drive Dragon on a mat. And I've been bringing it to every single Spring Fest for good luck ever since. However, I was so excited about going to my first ever release, I forgot my deck and had to borrow my siblings, which was a not well put together Bermuda Triangle. Good thing for me, I came in second, because there was only me and another kid, just showing how much my area cares about Cardfight Vanguard. But there's actually quite a few juicy things. I'm just gonna scroll through, give you guys a sense of what's here. More of it's going to go over when I actually go to what I pulled. And, of course, my deck build. But going for some key cards. Once in a blue moon, Grand Blue gets some solid support with this really cool break ride of Lord of the Seven Seas, Night the Mist, who you might remember as the Grade 2, but you basically 10k to Vanguard as per the norm, but call 2 cards from your drop, which is basically your second hand, getting that very Angel Feather feel, and they get 5k, but retire themselves at the end of the turn, and of course, if you have more rear guards, it gets plus 2k. It's a pretty cool effect. But of course, this is the age of reverse. And so we got Ice Prison Hades Emperor Caiutus, which actually kind of does the same thing. It mills you, locks a card, and you choose something from your drop and call it, and it gets 3k. And if you have the normal version, it gets 2k permanently. Too bad if I say so myself. Other key cards that I'll bring spotlight to, and of course, Nova Grappler, we got Strongest, Beast Deity, Ethics Buster Extreme. Big words for things with cross-rides, I know. And basically, if you reveal anything that's not a trigger, you stand a Beast Deity card. We got Sure Stealth Dragon, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. But Nubatama is getting some pretty cool support because the character who uses it finally got some screen time. Will I be playing it? Probably not, but it's cool to see that it's getting love. Now, of course, we got Blue Wave Dragon Tetra Drive, who, if this unit attacks Vanguard, if it's the second battle, you basically counterblast 2, discard 2 Aquaforce specific cards, but at this point, it has Lord, you're already playing a full-on same deck, no one's doing splits. But at the end of that battle, that your rear guard attacks a Vanguard, 4th or more, you can stand the Van. Pretty cool. And also you can pay Counterblast to get it using power, but that's really too much of a niche-y to even pay attention to. Star Vader's getting some pretty cool things where you counter 1, choose a card, with, of course, Starvader, which is basically all your cool units, and you lock it. A card. And it's basically a once per turn without saying once per turn, with this ability can't be used for the rest of that turn. It also has a cool limit break, where you Soul Blast specifically a Starvader, and during your opponent's turn, when a card would be unlocked, you retire it too, and draw a card. Not too bad. And, of course, I'm always a fan of how these Starvaders look. Of course, Cleanup, Celestial, Ramiel reverse. You know, Angel Feathers getting reversed too. This one does quite a lot, and quite honestly, Angel Fourth confuses me. Next. School Punisher, Leopad reverse. Sadly, I don't actually have Leopad, but he's pretty cool. You choose one of your rear guards, lock it, you choose two of your Great Natures, they get plus 4k. Of course, at the end of the turn, you retire. And if you put a unit into the drop, you call this card to an open rear. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. It helps with that extra attacks. And another card, I gotta mention it, Dark Dimensional Robo Reverse. This steals the thunder away from Zeal, and I will forever be mad at it, because unlike most Ayushas that if it reaches a certain power threshold, it gets a crit or an extra effect, this one is you lock two of your cards, and your opponent Vanguard gets minus 10k. So this is more consistent than Zeal, it's really consistent to always get onto, and of course, as always, if you have Dayusha in the soul, which you can easily cheat, you get plus 2k. Twinky only really needs to pull one of this, and I really hope he doesn't, if he plays that at all, but I still gotta... let's see what I actually pulled for this set. Alright, let's get out of the way. DP, I got Crit, something, Space Leviathan, Shockmaster Fusion, Beam, Original Saver, some Drills, a Die Heart. Basically good things Twinky can steal from me if he ever wins. And some Zeal support, but at least I didn't get Dayusha reverse for him to potentially get. Alright, looking at Aqua Force. Do I have anything worth mentioning? The Bubble Edge Draco Kit's pretty cool. Wheel Assault is a big one. You know it's also important because it got a re-release into Standard. Battle Siren's pretty nice. It's an effect trigger, which is something I don't really have access to, so... Tidal Assault being at 2. I'm concerned because it still has a once per turn at the end of the battle, this unit attack, the van. As long as I have an Aqua Force van, I stand it and it gets minus 5, which does suck, but it A, helps me get those numbers, and B, it's a free restand. Ooh, I did not get Tetra Drive, much like real life. So Aqua Force might be putting on a hold, but honestly, I have such a good deck already. I might just upgrade it a little bit and see where that takes me. Angel Feather. I got some pretty okay looking cards here. Once again, it confuses me. Oh, hey look! The card I skipped over, I got an SP of. Oh, Cosmic Karma, you cease to amaze me. Nova Grappler, we're just going to go over. I got some cool Beast Deity stuff, but it's not a deck I enjoy playing. And once again, Cosmic Karma, giving me Deadly Beastie Ethic Buster, reverse. I actually didn't talk about this, so I'll take a chance to do it. Counterblast 2, discard Beast Deities from hand, and then choose two of your Noble Grappler rear guards and lock them. Quite a hefty cost, but what does it get? At the end of the battle that this unit attacked a Vanguard, you stand it. And this ability can't be used for the rest of the turn, and that's why it has such a heavy cost. It's because it's a restanding Vanguard, which of course is pretty strong. Great Nature. I already tried playing that. I don't think I'm going back to you. But I did get a break ride for it, so good for me. And 2 Leo pads. I don't even have your base version. I said I'm not playing you. Oh, this is going to be a very interesting deck. New Batama. I actually did try to put this together, but realized that there's a divide, and I don't actually have enough cards to justifying it. Alright, Grand Blue, what you got for me? Ooh. See where most of the support went. Lord of the Seven Seas Night Mist. Peter the Ghosty. Siege Rolling Banshee. Ooh. 2 reverse. I'll keep this in mind. Link Joker. Ooh, Knight of Entropy. I got Furious Claw Star Vader Nubian, which as a promo is a pretty good. If your opponent has a locked card, gets 2k, so it's an 11k interceptor, so not too bad. And Counterblast 1 is Star Vader Colony. You basically call a grade 1 or less Star Vader. I've definitely had more clearer paths what I want to do. I gotta put some genuine tank effort into what I'm gonna play. Cut to me talking about the deck. Yar har, me laddies. I've decided to go with Grand Blue, and I'm not going to continue that voice. I went back and finally have enough to justify playing Grand Blue. Even though this is probably one of the ugliest looking Grand Blue decks you could imagine. I got my grade 0 basically because it's a very good consistent Counterblast 1. Choose any of the top 10 cards of your deck and put it into the drop. Which helps what you kind of see, the Cayutis. Because my grade 1, Twinky gets ahead of me, I can call my grade 2 from drop. Once again, if I have just my one of Cayutis in drop, I can call him, which helps with my 2 reverse units of him. Of course, I do have my backup ride of Lord of the Seven Seas Night Mist. I got 3 boys, grade 3s, just in case, because I'm a very cautious person. If it attacks, Counterblast 1, retire it. I can call anything from drop that isn't him. I got the other Captain Night Mist because he gets more power if a Night Mist is in drop 2. And I can Counterblast 1, retire any unit basically, to call him back to field. To fill out the deck, I got just 10k beater. And of course, probably the most important one is my Countercharger. Grade 1s, I did what I could, but basically a support, ride line, draw a card, drop any card from deck after guarding with. And Soul Blast 2, if I call that unit from drop, I draw a card. Of course, I got my PGs. I don't have all 4, so I just put a random grade 1 who gives power when placed. I threw as many triggers as I could, but as you see, I don't have a full trigger playset, so I threw in 2 cards that if my hand is less than Twinkies, it gets plus 3k, I believe, which makes it an 11, which in a real deck I probably would have replaced the 10ks of, but I'm a little concerned. And just grade 1s that I can Counterblast, I think, to call them. But at least, look, I have all 4 heal triggers. That's important. So let's get into the fight, shall we? Ahoy there, Twinky. Are you ready, kids?
Like, what happened to you? Did you get, like, a bug or something? Like, your voice is all scratchy.
Nah, I've joined a the Navy. Again. Oh, 4. It's doubles. I gotta re-roll. That's how that works.
Sure, bud.
Get a roll and add the value.
Hey, 5!
So unfair. I'm gonna put a few cards back. I'll be drawing 3, though. I bet that's a fun rolling that you don't know. So you don't have to say how many you're putting back. You just got to tell the opponent how many you're drawing.
So, I think I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, I'm going to put 2. Because I didn't mind that. Alright. Are you ready, Master Blank?
Oh, I am definitely ready for something, Master Twinky. You're going first, so stand your van. Let's see who it is.
Let's stand up, my Vanguard. Dimensional Robo. Go use.
Oh, how did I guess that would show up with those card sleeves? Of.
You don't know.
Well, I never saw this coming. I stand Captain Night Kid. Yar har, Twinky. Yar har.
Yar har fiddly dee. Do what you want because a pirate is free. And you are a pirate. Sorry, I had to at least get that once. Yeah. I had to say that once.
I was holding myself back.
Right. But yeah, draw for turn, and I ride. Die Mariner.
Stupid. Big stupid.
How's that big stupid?
It's already in Soul. Doesn't need to be.
And with that, I pass.
Okay, stand and draw. I will attack for 5.
No, God. Oh, wait, are you gray blocked, Blank?
I don't think this part of water likes me. Oh, look, a grade 3. That would be helpful if I'm only on grade 1.
Damage? Nah, I take no damage.
Yeah, that's a 7.
Alright, I stand and draw.
I don't like life. Stop. There we go. So, Twinky, you were going easy on me, right? Your grade stuck too, right?
For once, I'm not. Dimensional Robo, die hard.
Oh, look, a promo.
Yeah, and if he, at the beginning of my attack step, if he's 13 or greater, does that include a boost?
No, it isn't including to new card rules. No, it isn't.
Okay. Sage. But that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and swing at you for 14.
It's not like I can do anything.
Don't you want a card?
It's not like I
Big card. Alright, trigger check. Heal trigger. I heal.
You can heal the damage I dealt you. I swear to God, if this damage is a grade 1, I'm going to scream.
That was a grade 2.
Oh, thank God.
Let it be a PG.
I'm going to ride Skeleton Colossus.
Captain Knuckles.
Oh.
Did you have one in your hand that you could have guarded with?
I'm reading the effect. Everyone who's playing Grand Blue, leave me alone.
Yeah, you couldn't hear the wind blink, so you gotta play this, huh?
I will attack you for 12.
Oh, good.
Oh, look, another grade 1. I found where they are. Little too late there, buddy. Pal chum.
Stand and draw. And now we're gonna ride. The
Big stupid robot.
big cool robot.
Nope, stupid. I'm allowed to be salty from what I'm looking at.
Oh, no. No salt allowed. Now we're gonna go ahead and swing.
I'm just going to take it because it's not crit 2.
First check. Draw trigger.
It's like you needed more cards in your hand.
I would give all powers to my rear guard. And second check. Wait. That. Ooh. Hey, that's pretty good.
Goes in your drop, if I'm not mistaken. Your drive checks go in your drop, right?
Hey, that's pretty good.
Put it in your hands. Let me cry in peace. I will stand and draw. And I will go into Skeleton Demon World Night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going through the ride line. Legitly. I'm actually going to activate Night Kid. He's going to be put and sold for Counterblast 1, and I look at the top 10 cards in my deck, and I discard one. Eight, 9, 10.
Oh, you're trying to at least hit its effect there in your next ride phase?
Well, I'm going to get rid of Bonchi. Go back in my deck and be shuffled.
Not gonna lie. I kind of like this deck. I mean, not from what you're showing me.
I love Grand Blue. I've just never been able to play it. All right, I'm going to play Daunting Cutlass, who says I can soul 2 and draw a card.
But I really like the idea from riding from draw.
Oh, yeah. I was very worried when Standard came out when I found out Grand Blue was merging with Aquaforce, because I'm like, wait, there's a ride deck. You discard for cost. That's Grand Blue's whole design.
Also, you should be happy to know, in the Overdress anime, Megumin plays with the Zorga ride blind.
Oh, I watched it. But spoilers. And I'm going to play him. All right, I'm going to go to battle. I will attack, and he gets 3k because my hand size is smaller than yours. So he attacks for 11.
Okay. Damage check. No trigger.
Love to see it. I will attack 14.
No grab. Damage check. No trigger.
All right, I will attack, and I will activate the effect of Evil Shade. I put the top 2 cards on my deck, and he gets 4k. So,
no grab.
Not Chappie the Ghost. Not that horse I don't know the name of.
Hey, Blake.
Go ahead, have fun.
Limit to breaker. Draw for turn. Alright. Super Dimensional Robo. Die Kaiser. And I will now call. And
Yeah, you're gonna limit break yourself? Who would have guessed?
into Ultimate Dimensional Robo Great Dayusha, who is now at critical 3.
Yeah. I'm not worried.
So at the current moment, we get +10, +2.
Oh, yeah, it gets a permanent +2.
And then also another +2. It was just during the turn. It's on effect. Limit break.
Yeah, my bad.
Because there's at least 3 cards with Dimensional Robo myself.
Yeah, just keep going. Attack me. Go ahead, do it with him. Just him. Do it.
I'm gonna call a rear card.
At least he's only 11.
And I'll go and swing it. Wait, actually, Big Brain. You can power him up because we have Die Mariner.
Yeah, you do.
And Die Mariner.
You do.
So that's an extra 6K. Yeah. Like stars in the night sky. Swing at your
He's critical 3 total.
Yeah, I'm just showing you 3 stars.
Yeah, he's not critical +3 is just what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just showing you how many crits he has.
Show me the crit. Show me. Do it.
First check, no trigger. Second check, no trigger.
First check. Second check. Third check. God, why weren't you, Coyotes, in the drop when I needed you?
And we're gonna go ahead and swing at you with 11K.
Yeah, I'm just gonna intercept.
Pass turn.
Stand. Draw. Now Twink. I'm going to reveal this just because I find it funny as shit. I just drew a heal trigger, so it didn't even matter if I took that. Actually, because I could have put Coyotes into the drop zone. But it doesn't matter, Twinkie. For you see, the king of the seas always comes reversed. I'm going to call over him because I'm going to call 2 units. Now that I've done that, I'm going to activate my Emperor's ability. I put the top 3 cards into my drop and lock one of my rear guards. And then I choose a unit from drop and call it and gets plus 3K. Goodbye, PG. Goodbye, crit trigger. These are things I never needed.
Which unit are you locking?
I'm going to lock the one behind them.
The Dancing Cutlass. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm going to call Skeleton to get plus 3. So now I will swing 20 on hit effect.
What's its on hit effect?
I retire, counterblast 1 and retire it, and I make another Grand Blue other than Thantos from my drop to rear guard.
Oh, I don't want that.
It's Pale Moon, but with a drop zone.
God.
But guess what? With the cost of yet 2 more of my deck, I can attack for 20 again.
God.
Yeah, this will be 11. I really wish this little lad was in the soul, but he's not.
Let me look at how many triggers you've even hit so far.
Well, I already public knowledged I drew one.
Because I'm concerned that you'll double trigger me.
Deck thinning is deck winning. So public knowledge you are aware of too.
I'm actually just gonna make it no pass.
So that's 23. Okay. I got a heal trigger, does go off. Sadly, I want Coyotes, but Counterblast is valuable in this deck. Come on, into the hand.
Isn't it pronounced like Cocytus?
Coyotes, I don't know. I don't care. And at the end of my turn, my dancing swords unlock. Hush, hush, hush.
Great. Stand and draw.
You should be afraid of the depths, Twinky. Very afraid.
So yeah, my Vanguard gains 2k and a crit. And gonna go ahead and I'll go ahead and enter battle. I'll go ahead and swing at you for 16.
I will guard.
I'll swing big number, which is only
PG.
yeah. First check, draw trigger. Second check, no trigger. And I'll go ahead and swing 16 at your Vanguard.
I'll take it. Oh, look, a draw trigger. Hell yeah. Oh, this deck
Bester.
loves fucking with me. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to call over my Thantos for a Captain Nightmares. So cool. So cool. And activate my reverse. My deck is getting thin. Very thin, but it's fine. Oh, is this where all my grades 1 were? At the bottom? Oh, wait, he's not a counterblast. I'm gonna call him back with 3k, buddy. So I can attack you for 19. On hit effect, of course.
Gonna guard and intercept.
Okay. 17.
Guard. Good, that makes me 18.
All right. 11.
Guard.
Crit trigger, no.
I'm just glad that crit trigger wasn't, used to actually hurt me.
All right, here we go.
Stand and draw.
I got 13 cards left in my deck. I love playing dangerously. But this also reflects on the fight that I forget what his name was, fought the Kaiser. It wasn't in the but they were good friends.
Goki Daimonji.
Yeah. They were good friends. So this is actually a fun reminiscent fight.
I'm gonna swing at you for 11.
I'm gonna guard.
I'm gonna go and swing at you for. Oh, yeah, sorry.
I don't want to be accused of chatting you.
21 critical 2.
Alright. So this is...
Makes us equal.
And this is 2 to pass. Stop getting god material.
Heal trigger.
You don't.
I don't. I give 5k to that dragon.
You do? You do indeed do that.
And I will swing, and Die Dragon gives himself 3k. So 12, 19, 24, I think. You want to double check the math?
This is getting spooky. I don't like it.
Best turn.
I will stand and draw. God, I hate life sometimes. I'm going to activate the effect of Night Mist. I'm going to counterblast 1. And I'm going to retire a grade 1 or greater unit, which is going to be one of my front rear guards, to call him to rear.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is another Night Mist and drop, he gets 3k. I'm going to, once again, activate my Vanguard. I'm just going to call a Thanatos back, so I'm just going to dedicate that one. But I'm going to lock this unit. So I'm going to swing 13.
At where?
Your van.
Like, why? Interceptor.
That is 11. So I think this is 18. Van.
I'll take this in.
$16. I know you got a PG.
Actually, I'll show you my new PG.
All right, first check. Critical. I will give all effects to Thanatos. Uh-oh.
Banking on the stand trigger.
It's your go.
Alright, I was going to put it there. I will call final turn with my, ultimate dimensional rebel combination. And I'll put Dilander into the rearguard circle, and when he enters, I can pay 1 counterblast, and I can choose one of my dimensional robos, and it gains 4k. So currently he's 19. We'll go to 25. Critical 2.
I'm going to take this. Go ahead.
First check. No trigger. Second check. No trigger.
Heal trigger, but that's the last one in the deck. Good game. For being grade stuck, I pushed you back quite a lot. You started running out of gas there, sir.
I mean, no matter how dark it may seem, justice always prevails.
Justice is a bully. I'm going to stand and draw.
Justice!
What do you do? Oh, neat. Look, I have a grade 1.
Hey.
It's your go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Don't patronize me.
I'll draw. Okay. I'm liking what I'm seeing. And I'll swing at your Vanguard for 11.
Okay. I'm actually going to guard 5. So one to pass.
I'm trying to think. Is 12? Yeah, it's a one to pass. No trigger.
So I don't take damage, but I'll activate the effect of Chappie the Ghosty.
Okay.
I can look for any grand blue card and discard it from my deck.
Jesus, that's busted! I want one.
Yo, so do I. I want more. So I'm going to put Coyotes down there. And I'm going to shuffle my deck.
Yeah, this deck seems pretty consistent, Blink.
It is when you have good things in it. I will stand and draw. Oh, goody. I'm going to call a Deadly Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call a Ripple Banshee, who will give 2k to Deadly Nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I will now attack for 6.
That's low. I'll take this one. Damage check. No trigger.
I will now attack for 12.
No guard.
Oh, look, Captain Nightmares. Thanks for joining the party.
Heal trigger. I do heal, and I give myself 5k.
Okay, shits and giggles then.
Stand and draw. I can feel it. You know, just like the Caesar of Rome. All my friends are here. I ride Dimensional Rowboat Kaisard.
Yeah, and that it?
And I'll call a rear guard.
Why do I feel like I know what you're going to do?
Not this turn, Blake. Because I'm actually playing more conservatively for hand size.
I actually want you to have a bigger hand side. My grade 2 gets plus 3k if you have a bigger one than me.
Yeah, but I mean, constant, guard pressure.
Yeah.
And then that way, if I can serve it, I can go with a limit break Daikaiser ride. So I'm going to swing 9k at Vanguard.
Crit trigger, all effects to Van.
Alright. My Vanguard gains 3k because she hit.
Yeah.
And I'll swing 14, 17 at your Vanguard.
I'll take it.
Trigger check. Draw trigger.
Oh, I would have loved to see you in the drop zone, you asshole.
But pass turn.
Alright, stand and draw. Night Mister. Honestly, I should have skipped to ride, but hey. I'm going to activate Captain Nightkid. Eight, 9, 10. Oh, this is actually going to be a fun play. I'm going to drop Captain Nightmist. I'm going to Soul Blast 2 because I'm going to play some swords. Bothersome. What shall I do now? All right, I'm going to attack 11 on rear.
No guard.
18 on Van.
No guard. Damage check. No trigger.
That's all I can do.
Okay. Stand. Draw.
For fun.
I'm gonna ride Daikaiza.
Uh-huh.
Daikaiser is going to attack. He gains plus 2k. Alright. First check. Draw trigger. And second check. Critical trigger. All effects to victory.
Come on, we're on limit break. Yeah. I didn't mean to hit it twice, but I do heal one.
Yeah. So you're not at limit break. Yay.
Alright. Stand and draw. But Twinkie, did you honestly think that was my only grade 3? You should have looked more carefully. I have Lord of the Seven Seas Night Mist. Who's a break ride.
I have a break ride as well.
Yeah, and I don't care that I'll push you to it. I'll attack you for 11.
No guard. No trigger.
What's this? This is 7 plus 18. Because you got a bigger hand size than me.
I'll guard.
Okay, here you go.
Oh. I'll swing at your rear guard.
Okay.
First check. Second check. Heal trigger. I do heal.
I will stand and draw.
I can do a War of Attrition just as well as you, Blake.
I'll swing for 11. Come on. 11. There we go.
Guard 5.
17 on hit effect.
No guard. Damage check. No trigger.
I will activate Thantos. And I will call back the unit that you attacked earlier. I'll swing for 11. You have a bigger hand size than me.
I'll guard.
All right, 18 coming at you.
No guard.
Come on. There we go.
Damage check. No trigger.
All right, here we go.
You know what's coming, right, Blake?
Yeah, go for it.
Call. Call.
You need one more.
Actually, got bigger brains ideas, Blink.
I don't know. Did I say you could take that back? Yeah, you can.
Oh, that's fine.
No, you can. I don't care.
An effect. Limit to break. Break ride.
Yeah.
So it's gonna. Two things are happening right now. If it hits, it can, counterblast, draw a card, and also if I reveal a grade 3, I can retire one of your guardians.
Yeah.
And call. Counterblast. Dire Mariner. 3K. I'm gonna go ahead and swing 8K at your rear guard.
Sure. Yo ho, I like them in the drop.
And I'll swing big number.
You see here, I don't believe you have any more grade 3s in the deck.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
First check. Second check. And 10K at your rear.
Okay.
I just FYI, there are more grade 3s.
I took a risk. I'm going to call a pony and this man.
Mm-hmm.
12 on intercept. 17 on face.
No guard. Damage check. No trigger.
18 on face.
Why not?
PG, okay. First check. Second check, stand trigger. I will stand him with power. And guess what? I'll swing 15 at your face.
Guard. Stand. Draw. I'll go ahead and swing 15, critical 2 at your Vanguard.
Yeah, see, you saw that PG, so I'm also going to drop.
First check. Hey, PG. Heal trigger. I do heal. And I'll give power to Lone Dayusha.
Okay.
I'll go and swing 15
I'll take
at
it.
your van. And I'll go ahead and swing 16 at your van.
Yeah, I will guard 10.
Alright, pass turn.
Stand and draw. And yo-ho, Twunkus. For I break ride myself with myself. One could call this a persona ride. I get to call 2 units from my drop. And they get 5k, but they get retired at the end of the turn. So I'm just going to retire my front row if that's fine.
Yeah.
You and you. I will. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I'm good. Fine. So I will swing 20 on hit effect on Van.
Guard.
This is 23.
No guard. Damage check. Draw trigger. I give. Yeah, you power to Van.
28.
And I'm currently 13, 18. That's a lot of math.
One trigger goes matches it. Okay.
I'm just saying, that's a lot of math.
And my turn. But
retire your voice.
They retire. Yep.
Stand and draw. Did you hear that, Blank? The forces of justice have arrived at your doorstep.
Oh, have they?
Indeed. I'm gonna call a rearguard. So 15 plus 5, 20k, critical 2.
You know what? I like to live on the edge, Twinky. 1. A whole 1 to pass.
Trigger check. Draw trigger. All effects to my Vanguard. Trigger check. Draw trigger.
How unfortunate. Alright, first check. Crit. Power to Van, but however, does it matter? It does not. Good game, Twinky. Good games.
Justice prevails!
But yeah, thanks once again for progressing with me. I actually had a lot of fun playing Grand Blue. I just wish I had a better deck for it. But you know, I pulled 3 of the boy right here, so like I had to see what I could pull together.